Okay, hello and welcome to your first Star CCM tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to create the geometry that we're later going to use in the simulation. So the particular geometry of interest that we're going to be creating is called this backwards facing step. As you can see, the flow is coming in from the top here and then goes over this step and then sort of into this expansion region and then out this side. So let's first begin by creating this geometry. So open up SolidWorks and press File, New, and Part. Press OK. Here we have the main sort of menu. So we'll click the front plane here and we'll define our sketch along this plane. So press Sketch and then the Sketch button. And by the way, you can navigate by scrolling the middle mouse button, or if you press Control and click the middle mouse button, you can pan around. Let's begin by selecting this corner rectangle tool, beginning from the origin here, and just click and drag it out, and then click again to define our first square. Press the Escape button, and now let's define the size of this rectangle. So this side here should be 1 meter long. So go into parameters here, type 1 meter, press enter. Okay, now zoom out. And this length here should be 1/2 meter long. Okay, good. So that's the upper part of the step. Now let's create the lower part. Click the corner rectangle tool and let's start from this corner and drag it down to the approximate shape and click again and press escape. So let's make this length here 2 meters and this length here 1 meter. Okay, so that's the geometry pretty much defined. The last thing we need to do is trim this part. So click the Trim Entities button and click and drag across that shape and it disappears. Press Exit Sketch and that's our geometry created. We can rotate around by clicking down the middle mouse button. So now we've got to turn this 2D sketch into a 3D object. So let's click the sketch first and then go to the Features tab and press Extrude Boss/Base. Okay, and we can either drag this arrow out like that, or in this case let's actually set the distance to 0.5 meters. So type in 0.5 meters, press enter and click the OK button. So that's our backwards facing step geometry defined. Now let's save the geometry first as a SolidWorks part. So I'll call it BFS for backwards facing step. And then we also need to save the geometry in a file that's readable by Star CCM. So we'll save it as a step 203 file and of the same name. Press save. Okay, so this is our geometry created. So in the next tutorial we'll learn how to import it into Star CCM.